What if you don't need to live in pain and suffering? What if you could give up your karma and have a life of abundance and joy? What if you could start creating magic and miracles that you never thought were possible? Get ready to listen, share, and experience the magic that is you. Now, here's the host of Creating Abundance with Ease radio show, Dr. Helen Gitlevich.
Welcome. I am Dr. Helen Gitlevich on Creating Abundance with Ease. And today our show is Are You Achieving Your Dreams? Magic is everywhere, abundance is everywhere. Are you choosing what you desire? What if more is available than you believe is possible? I'm a medical doctor who became Access Consciousness Facilitator and Akashic Record teacher and founder of school. Have many hats and always searching for ways to improve my life. Now I invite people to a different possibility with their health, money, and relationship through private session, classes around the world, and using the tools of Access Consciousness and Akashic Records, basically to change their lives. And today's show is, are you actually achieving your dreams? Or are they eluding you? Are you limiting yourself based on other people's points of view? So let's play with those tools. Uh, let's see if we can, even in the next hour, change something in our lives. And it's not about changing ourselves. Let's face it, we are the infinite being. All of the things I'm saying is based on either access consciousness that was founded by Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane Hare, or Akashic Record that I've studied in over the last 24 years, studied, facilitated classes, all of the above, and private sessions. So with the dreams, when we are born and growing up, people ask us, what's your dream? What would you like to be when you grow up? And people have different ideas. I know with Gary Douglas, he said that he wanted to be happy. And people didn't understand that. Because in this time and age, it's about achieving a goal. And I specifically use that word because people set up 5-year goals, a year goal, and a lot of times they have troubles achieving those. I know I'm ADD, I go in all directions. It's wherever energy is. So, and I'll talk about goal in a second, but the child is just happy. They don't care about what happens in 20 years from now. It's the adults that put that idea in a child's head saying, oh, but you have to kind of like have dreams and achieve them. Otherwise, your life is not a success. What if it's the biggest lie? What if, and it's actually not what if. A lot of people came to me for consultations asking, what's my life's purpose? What am I supposed to do here? And every single time the answer was, it's not about doing. It's about being happy. It's about having fun, joy. This is what purpose of life is, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're asking for. And sometimes you have an idea of what you desire to be. And that's good. It's something that inspires you. It's something that you would like to be. It's not the life goal. Now, like Kim is saying, I wanted to be a writer, and you are a writer now. And how much fun are you having with that? If you are, that's wonderful. this is being versus doing. Because a lot of times we look at the dreams as doing something. And a lot of times it's proving, again, maybe to the parents, maybe to people around us, that we're succeeding, that we achieved something, we achieved the goal. I was surprised when I took my first foundation class, or second, I don't remember at which point, I heard that language has been changed. And certain words have a vibrational meaning that in dictionary, sometimes you don't see very clearly. It's been changed in 1946 through, or 47, I don't remember when that convention was. It was a convention after World War II, knowing that Hitler used words for their vibrational meaning to move people and control people, make them do what he wanted them to do. And they said, well, we'll never allow anybody to control people again. And they changed dictionaries, taking out the original meaning of the words and putting down how they're used today. So if you'd like to know what is actual meaning of the word, look up the dictionary before 1946. Some apps on internet actually have those dictionaries. You can play with the idea. So the word goal, and let me ask you, do you know what it actually means? Some of you might, because if you watch soccer or hockey, you kind of can guess what a goal is, because it's written the same way. It's a cage, a jail, because that's what it is. It's, I think it's from Irish or Old English, that it used to mean cage or a jail. So when we put up goals for 5 years, guess what we are doing? We are putting ourselves in jail with that. And it's kind of like a cage. You got your goal, you got your, like, that ball in that gate, or I forgot what the name is. But that's it. You won. Are you? But then you have to stop. Your life is over. You succeeded. What if you don't put up the goals? What if you don't look at it as goals? Targets. You can have many targets. And you can actually shoot bullseye in the same target over and over again if you choose to. And you can have fun with that. Remember the movie Robin Hood? Or any movie where there is archery. He hits the bullseyes every single time with his arrow. What if it's just fun for you? And it doesn't have to be the same target. It can be different targets. Everywhere where you're kind of like limiting yourself, it's about choosing a lot of times not for you, but for other people, or against other people, or against you. What's true makes you feel lighter. How often when you choosing something or dreaming about something, sometimes it's very light. And if it's light, look at that energy and follow it. But a lot of times we'll look at the dream and it's too easy. It's kind of like, doesn't make any sense. So we don't choose it because it's easy. Interesting choice. How many of you decided that life has to be hard? That the only time to achieve greatness is through suffering? Wow. I'm going to use a clearing statement because I don't think I can get away without it. And you can look up the clearingstatement.com website to find out what it actually means. But are you willing to let go of all of those things that limiting you right now and not allowing your dreams? Or we will go actually even beyond the dreams. What inspires you or what you actually desire, and anything doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pack and pat, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Because a lot of times it's about, and the gibberish that I just said is not gibberish. It's actually the clearing statement, and it's magical vibration that allows us to clear vibrationally any limitation, any lies. It will not clear what's true. It will not clear people. It will not destroy people. It will not destroy anything that's true. And it's pretty much everything we made right or wrong, good and bad. Pak is point of creation. Pad is point of destruction. It's a short speak. And as I said, you can go to theclearingstatement.com to find out more how it works, what it does for now. Just go with it. Allow yourself just to receive, because it's about receiving in this reality. And the only way to achieve your dreams is actually allowing yourself to receive your dreams. Because the universe is out there trying to, literally, waiting for you to ask. There are little quantum entanglements that's part of the universe that are ready to create for you. All you need is to ask. That truth in the Bible, ask and you shall receive, just that's what it is. What if you just choose and ask? Actually, by asking, you're giving the universe permission to start creating it. And a lot of times we create against ourselves by you're not even realizing you're asking, by putting out your fears, your emotions, your desires for not having, your resistance into the universe. The universe does not distinguish. To the universe, everything is desires. And it's time for our first of the break of the show. And you've been listening to me, Dr. Helen Gitlevich, on Creating Abundance with Ease on the Inspired Choices Network. And we'll keep talking about the dreams and how to achieve them or not to achieve them, what do, what we don't do, and just play with the tools. And we'll be right back.
Many of us live our lives based on karma, on the past, and all the unfinished business in our lives. What would you choose if you did not have karma, or if you could choose what you desired instead? By tuning into Creating Abundance with Ease radio show with Dr. Helen Gitlevich, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to create the abundance in your life. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to have ease with creating abundance? Listen for Creating Abundance with Ease radio show every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Creating Abundance with Ease show with Dr. Helen Gitlevich. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to helen.g@att.net. Now, back to the program.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Dr. Helen Gitlevich on Creating Abundance with Ease. And today our show topic is, are you achieving your dreams? And this is such a huge topic. I've been playing with different tools, Access Consciousness, Akashic Records, over many years. My first experience with the divine or oneness, universe, God, you can call it whatever you desire, was when I was still a child. And what's interesting, I didn't realize, because I always thought my dream was to be a doctor. Lately, I realized it was my dream or my desire. I would say my dream was to become a doctor, but my desire was to become more conscious. Because that experience that I had when I was 6 years old, that uncontrolled love, gratitude, oneness, being, that space. And that was pretty much right after my open heart surgery when I was 6 years old. I had out-of-body experience. And that space of total allowance was amazing. And I guess all my life I was searching for that space, because it's not a feeling, it's not an emotion, it's a space of being. It's actually being who I am, it completely. And it's coming home. So when we're talking about achieving your dreams, yeah, we can talk about physical reality, this kind of like world. And that's okay. And dreams are actually, that's what they are. It's something that you can perceive, kind of like you kind of know, your imagination plays a role, but can you create beyond that? Because dreams are only limited by your imagination, by what you know. And that's good, because I've done a lot of creative visualization based on law of attraction. And I actually facilitated classes on creative visualization, doing vision boards and writing a journal, creative journal, and so on and so forth. With that, you pick kind of like the pictures from the magazines, you attach them, and you create it. And that's actually possible. I've created so much based on creative visualization alone, my marriages and all of that. But you create only what you know. And it might not be in your best interest. Part of it, I started in the first part, we were talking about words have vibrational meaning. And one of them was goal. The other word that I'm totally avoiding right now, passion or passionate. Because when I was doing creative visualization, we were talking about years ago. It's like, I'm not saying how many years, because then you'll know how old I am. And I'm 28, of course. So years ago, I was able to create what I was asking for, passionate relationship with my husband. Do you know what passion actually means? You probably can guess. If you ever seen the movie Passion of Christ, passion is crucifixion of Christ, suffering of Christ. That's what original meaning actually was. So when I was asking for passionate relationship, guess what I was asking for? My dream was to have passionate relationship. That was asking for crucifixion and suffering. And guess what I got? Crucifixion and suffering. Both relations, like pretty much every relationship I had before I found out that passion might not be my smartest choice, I had disastrous relationship where there was a lot of gaslighting. There was a lot of things that were not working. And what if it's not the wrongness what it was? Because past is just a past. What if we can move forward and choosing something different? And what if we can let go of our dreams? Because as I said, dreams are limiting. And what if we start asking for what we actually desire? Because there is a difference between the dreams and it's actually interesting. I just realized something. And I love my radio show or anytime I facilitate classes or do sessions because there is an awareness coming in. Think of a word dream because you dream. And usually you dream when you're asleep. So how much of your dreams are actually a product of your unconsciousness? Well, we say subconsciousness, but how much of that is unconsciousness or even anti-consciousness against ourselves, against consciousness, based on the programming that we have from before? Might be lost past lives, maybe from our parents, schools, media, because a lot of those dreams are based on fears, based on something we don't desire. And those dreams kind of like avoidance of something. So what if you actually let go of your dreams and start asking yourself, what do I desire? What I would like to create? What are the infinite possibilities of my future? And what can I be or do now to create that? This is a different way of functioning than, oh, I have my dream, I'm going to achieve it. And this is anytime when we have that type of a conclusion or decision, how many possibilities do you think you have of achieving it? And how much of the universe can support you when you have just one little track? I have this dream and I'm going to achieve it. Nothing can come into your universe, because what if that dream, like my passionate relationship, were not in my best interest? What if there is something greater, something better, something more fun? Right now I'm doing, well, it was supposed to be 30 days of 30 times clearing out of control, to be out of control, out of definition, out of form and structure. And I'm doing that with Rachel Silber, another facilitator of Access Consciousness. But we decided to continue because what it created the openness of inviting more of the universe, inviting more possibilities, inviting more of fun, joy, ease than I could imagine. Because I can imagine only a certain amount. And as I said, this is limited by my imagination, maybe imagination of other people, maybe global imagination, doesn't matter, it's still limited. think of it boxes. Okay, here is a box about my profession. Here is a box about my relationship. Here is a box about my health. Here is a box about money. And how much are you limiting all of those based on your dreams alone? Oh, my dream is to have $1 million. What if the universe would like to give you 100 millions or 1,000,000 millions, but you decided you just want one? And a lot of times because of that, yeah, $1 million is a huge amount of money, but it's this much in the universal consciousness. So a lot of times people don't even achieve that because the flow of energy is limited. So even that they dream about $1 million, but all they can achieve maybe 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000, just because the flow is not there. The flow of money. Money is energy. It's not currency. And there is a lot of classes I've done on money. And actually there is another one coming in Russian starting end of this month, How to Become Money Workbook. And if you desire it in English, we can do it in English, Russian, multiple languages. Just let me know. With allowing yourself to have targets instead of goals, and as I said, that $1 million is a goal or the dream, because dreams a lot of times becomes goals. And as I said, what if you stop from creating the dreams or following follow your dreams? What if it's not about following your dreams, but following the energy of fun and lightness? With a lot of people, when you follow your dreams or your goals, a lot of times it becomes a chore. You have to do some things to achieve it. You have to do certain things to create it. You have to do. What if it's not about doing? What if it's about allowing you just to follow the energy, to follow fun, to be who you are, and everything just gets created as if by magic? And it's time for our second break of the show. And we'll talk more about magic and dreams and creating what you desire after the break. And you've been listening to Creating Abundance with Ease with myself, Dr. Helen Gitlevich, on Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back.
Many of us live our lives based on karma, on the past, and all the unfinished business in our lives. What would you choose if you did not have karma, or if you could choose what you desired instead? By tuning into Creating Abundance with Ease radio show with Dr. Helen Gitlevich, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to create the abundance in your life. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to have ease with creating abundance? Listen for Creating Abundance with Ease radio show every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Magic and abundance are everywhere. What if you could tap into abundance and start creating your life with complete and total ease? Working with Dr. Helen Gitlevich will give you exactly that, total ease in creating abundance in your life. Dr. Gitlevich creates classes all over the world, both in person and online. She works with you to create abundance with your money, with your body, with your relationships, with all areas of your life with total ease. Connect with Dr. Helen Gitlevich at creatingabundancewithease.com. Her contribution in your world will be a noticeable gift in a very short period of time. This is the Creating Abundance with Ease show with Dr. Helen Gitlevich. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to helen.g@att.net. Now, back to the program.
Hi, and welcome back, or actually welcome forward. I'm Dr. Helen Gitlevich on Creating Abundance with Ease. And today we're talking about achieving your dreams. And before we went on a break, we were talking about kind of like creating based on your dreams, which is being unconscious a lot of times, creating from your programs of fear, programs of anger, programs of resistance, instead of actual desires. And what if you start shifting that? Because when you're being you can perceive what's true. Because whatever is true will make you feel lighter. And this is one of the tools of access consciousness. And I guess we might choose that for the tool of the week. The way it works is very easy. It's whatever is truth will be light, and whatever is heavy is a lie. People say, but how do I know which one is light, heavy? Because everybody feels it differently, everybody perceives it different. The easiest way is close your eyes right now if you're not driving. Otherwise, just imagine you're in the nature where there are no people, because people can lie. Even being present with them, you perceive the lies in their heads. But in nature never lies. So think of yourself in, let's say, forest, by the ocean, anytime, any place where you've been that makes you like that, kind of like relax. You don't have to think. There are no emotions there. Just being present, feeling good, like orgasmic, like we were talking about in the last episode. And just be with that feeling. Did you notice how good it feels? That's what light is. Now erase that and think about somebody who lied to you, who betrayed you. Can be anybody, including your parents, including your spouse, including your significant other, doesn't matter. Or somebody at work, doesn't matter who it is. Go into that energy of that lie. Ooh. Yeah. And let's see, I cannot even talk right now because of all that heaviness and contraction. So let's destroy and uncreate all of that. Kind of like, let it go. You don't have to hold on to that. And you say, no, I have to hold on because otherwise it'll hurt me again. Actually, the other thing is true. If you hold on that, that's more likely they will repeat the same cycle. So would you be willing to let go of it completely? And I'll be using clearing statement, but just for now, just let it go. Right, wrong, good, bad, back, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. How do you feel right now? Is it a little lighter? Yeah. So you can use light and heavy in your life. Whatever is light might be, well, I'll call it a dream, but maybe your inspiration of creating something different in your life. And it's energetic. And heaviness is a lie. So when you have something, let's say you have a new job, a new relationship, somewhere to go, something to do, always ask, what is that? And see if the energy is light or heavy. Also ask what my life will be in 5 years if I choose that, and what my life will be in 5 years if I don't choose that. and sometimes don't choose is lighter. If you have a few things you need to do, let's say you're overwhelmed, you have a list of things you have to do today. Just ask, which one do I need to do first? And see which one pops up, either by looking through them or just asking each one of them, okay, if I do you, what my life will be in 5 years? If I do you, what will be my 5 years? What will be my life in 5 years if I do this one? If I do this one? And if you have like 20 of them, it will not take you long. Trust me. It will take you probably 30 seconds. Let's see, 20, anywhere from 20 to 40 seconds, because it takes a second to sense that energy of lightness. And you don't have to ask the whole question. You can just ask what my life will be in 5 years if I do this, 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 and then go with the one that's lighter. Sometimes it will not make sense to you, but it always creates greater. It's funny. I think I mentioned in the other episodes a few weeks ago, I had no idea, but suddenly I was looking for my library card, found out it's expired, and it was so light to go to the library and renew my card instead of doing a lot of things I had to do for my business and for stuff. But I had, the key word is I had to. So I'm like, okay, it feels light, so I'm not going to judge it. I'll just go. And I found out that I didn't have gas in my car, and I was supposed to drive my daughter to the airport at 3:00 in the morning. So the universe will guide you through that too, light and heavy, as long as you follow it, as long as you ask questions, as long as you look at the energy instead of going into conclusion. I am doing this. This is my dream. Because how much is your dream expanding your horizon? And a lot of times we do misidentify our desires and our dreams. Because, as I said, dreams are created in the subconscious, unconscious mind. If you ever seen, what was that show? Legion? His mind was invaded by a dark entity, a demon. And he had no idea that a lot of things that he did in his life was pretty much that demon creating and telling him to do. And I'm not saying you have demons in your life, or demon is just more of analogy of some old programs, implants that you picked up along the way. Because when a child is born, the child can achieve anything, pretty much. And it always looks at the universe as a wonder. What's that? What's that? Can I do this? Can I do this? Yes, 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 yes. Can I have this? Child would like everything. And then what happens? The parent is, no, you cannot have this. No, 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 not this. No, too dangerous. You cannot do that. That's not going to make you money. All of that. Because all my life, when I was growing up as a child, one of my inspiration was to be an artist. I loved painting and drawing, and I didn't realize I had talent until kind of like I had quit my medicine and was looking for what will actually create my life instead of destroying it. And I chose to do associate degree in fine arts and became a painter, a sculptor, kind of like all of those things. And then I chose something else and chose something else. And what if life can be like that? Choosing based on what inspires you now. But as a child, when I asked my mom, can I have lessons? Because a friend of mine was taking lessons and I loved how she painted. And that would be appropriate age. I think I was 8 or 9, maybe 10. And my mom says, but Olga she has talent. She didn't say I don't have talent. But her idea was she couldn't drive me. She didn't have time. But I heard something different. She didn't judge me. I didn't have talent. But in her mind, art would not create money. Art would not create my life. All of that. I have no idea how it would change my life if I chose that. And I chose her. I chose my mom to create that. But I'm just showing you how the child gets closed based on what the program is. And my mom program was, it's like, you have to achieve your goal. You have to become productive member of society. Otherwise, in Russia at that time, if you didn't work, you would go to jail. So she didn't want me to pretty much go to jail because a lot of artists were considered non-productive members of society. So how many programs you have that's still driving you to avoid what inspires you and follow what's practical? What if it's not what create more in your life? Again, ask, which one is lighter? What will my life be in 5 years if I choose this? And what my life will be in 5 years if I don't choose that? Or if I choose something different? And by the way, choice is not a decision. Because a lot of people, but if I decide that and it doesn't work, yeah, choose something else. Because if you chose something and it creates awareness, it creates different possibilities, you can choose something else. Oh, I just got a reminder that we have another break coming up. And you've been listening to Creating Abundance with Ease with myself, Dr. Helen Gitlevich, on Inspired Choices Network. And we'll be right back.
Many of us live our lives based on karma, on the past, and all the unfinished business in our lives. What would you choose if you did not have karma, or if you could choose what you desired instead? By tuning into Creating Abundance with Ease radio show with Dr. Helen Gitlevich, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to create the abundance in your life. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to have ease with creating abundance? Listen for Creating Abundance with Ease radio show every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
This is the Creating Abundance with Ease show with Dr. Helen Gitlevich. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to helen.g@att.net. Now, back to the program.
Welcome forward, everyone. I'm Dr. Helen Gitlevich. I'm Creating Abundance with Ease. And you've been listening about, are you achieving your dreams? And with all of that's going on in the world, a lot of people started limiting their dreams, even things that they know that they would like to achieve, because it's not practical or because it's something else. And what if exactly that will change the world and heal the world? Because a lot of times our contraction translates into other people contracting. And that's not good for Earth. Because Earth needs expansion, Earth needs laughter, Earth needs happiness and joy to counteract all of those kind of like suffering, pain, anger, hate that's going on in the world. Because those are the toxic emotions that pollute Earth, that create Earth dying. So the more we, like each one of us, can choose something different, the more we can change and choose and help Earth. Because if we're choosing from joy and happiness, our body starts singing. Our bodies kind of like invite joy even more into our lives. But when we contract, that's when pain and disease and dying occurs. And I do facilitate a lot of classes around the world. And with social isolation, a lot of them are online right now. Actually, probably should invite you to a few classes. One of them is free. It's clearing with Rachel Silber that we're doing in the Facebook group, Being You Without Hiding. It also on YouTube channel. It's pretty much different areas of Facebook. And you can join us. We do it in different times of the day. It's unpredictable. We just pop into the group of Being You Without Hiding and just do those clearings to help other people to clear some limitation that's not allowing them to choose more for themselves. There is also a class coming up, Intensity of Being, actually just in a few days. Being You Adventure, Intensity of Being, on the 21st of March. It's a full day class. There is also a body class in Chicago area, April 2nd to 4th. And I'm hosting foundation that Gary and Dana are doing in Mexico. We'll be watching on TV and having fun, a party of possibilities, watching, facilitating, and doing bars. And if you're not familiar with bars, oh my God, this is one of the most amazing tools of access consciousness where your head is touched, 32 points that clear a lot of junk from your head. If you never experienced, find a bars practitioner in your area and just try it. And don't just say once, just do it multiple times. And then it's going to be a free Zoom that I'm doing. I believe it's April 15th. Will be Facebook Live and Zoom. It's on my website. You can find out more information. With everything that's going on in the world, it's just a little bit that I can do to inspire people to change, to choose more. Instead of choosing pain and suffering, choosing ease, joy, and glory. Just like Access Mantra says, all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. And what if you can just choose that? That's another tool. So you'll have two tools. The mantra, one of the recommendations is to say it 10 times in the morning, 10 times at night, and see what that will create. And don't believe me, I lie. Everybody lies. And you lie too. You know, everyone is a liar. You know how I know that you're a liar? Because you judge. You judge yourself especially. And every judgment is a lie. So don't tell me you don't lie. You might tell everybody else the truth, but you always lie to yourself. So you're still a liar. And the sooner you acknowledge that, the easier your life will be. Seriously. Because what's true will make you feel lighter. And when I say you're a liar, it makes me feel lighter. I am a liar. And it makes me feel lighter. So I know it's true. And what if it's not a wrongness? What if nothing is wrong? Nothing is right. Nothing is good. Nothing is bad. Just a choice, just a point of view. And what if you be an allowance of everybody's point of view? And what if you choose more for yourself instead of against you? And by the way, all my life, or not all my life, like part of my life, I had an idea that if I choose for myself, I'm choosing against other people. That's a total lie, total bullshit, and the biggest limitation you put on yourself. Because when you actually choose for you, a lot of times it's choosing for other people as well. The happier you are, the happier people around you. The more miserable you are, guess what happens? They are miserable too. Think of any time when you did something for somebody that was against you, that you didn't desire to do, you didn't want to do, you didn't kind of like, you resisted and reacted doing, but you had to do it because it was a good thing to do, appropriate thing to do, or you had to do it. It was an obligation. All of that, does it make you feel lighter? Nope, doesn't make me feel lighter. And a lot of times when I did something like that, it not only made me feel contracted, but I was resentful for the other person that they made me do it. Not that I chose it, but they made me do it. I had to do it. I feel miserable. I also kind of like let them know I feel miserable. And it was a snowball effect. So what if you chose different? What if you chose, well, maybe call it a dream. I don't care. But choose what inspires you. Choose what's light, what's expanding your life, what's expanding for your body, what's expanding for your money, for your relationship. And a lot of times, if you take care of yourself, that will be also something that will create more for your relationship. And you can always contact me through Facebook, through Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp. I'm pretty much everywhere, through my website, creatingabundancewithease.com. And you will see all of those in the description of the show. You can listen to past shows and just enjoy it. Next week, the show will be the same time, same place, and it will be about forgiveness and karma. And we'll talk more about how your past lives, or not necessarily, karma might not be even from past lives. Karma might be from a week ago when you did something that you regret. And now you're punishing yourself for and recreating it again and again and again. Or you have some pattern in your life and you're recreating it. And we will talk about karma and how it's affected by your choices and how much forgiveness plays a role in changing and shifting your life. And we'll be using Akashic Records tools next week. And I love you all, and we'll see you soon somewhere, maybe in person, maybe online. And just choose for you. Choose what makes you lighter. Choose what is you and your being. Bye-bye.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Creating Abundance with Ease radio show. Dr. Helen Gitlevich will return next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, have fun using the tools of the week in your life. and start creating magic in your life and your body.